as childbirth gets closer, the contraction gets stronger. And how it's natural, usually, the woman generally wants to not push. She wants to back off. But wise advice is whenever the contractions come, push. Grow, you got to push. The same thing that you have to do when you're pregnant and you have contractions. You want to back off, but wisdom is push. Why? Because you're that close to your miracle. When that baby, the closer the baby gets to being birthed, the stronger the contractions get, and the closer together they get. What does that mean? That means, okay, contractions, what is that? That's pressure put on the muscles of the body. Isn't that right? So what you're saying is the closer the baby gets to being born, the more constant the pressure you're going to be under. Does that make sense? Because you have these interspersed little times of contractions, but they get closer together and they get stronger. So they get stronger and closer. So pretty soon it's just one big contraction. I mean, that's literally almost what it comes down to. And so you have this process. Now, this is the exact same process that you have whenever you are waiting for your miracle. You have the exact same thing. And here's the key. And this is what remember when I talked about stepping back and kind of detaching and looking at the whole thing? It's hard to do when you're under pressure, especially when the pressure is 24/7, right? You know, what's the 24/7 pressure? Bill's due tomorrow. Don't have the money to pay it, but it's due tomorrow. That's 24 hours of pressure that you're going to be under because your mind ain't going to get off that pressure. It's going to be there unless you know how to cast your cares upon him, believe him, and trust him, and have done the things that you need to do to be able to reach your miracle. Amen? Does that make sense? Now, at the same time, that baby gets closer, you're under stronger pressure. Most people, as soon as the pressure gets strong, they back off. And if you do that when you're having a baby, all you're doing is prolonging the birth process. Isn't that right? Which means you're going to be in pain longer. But people don't recognize that, so they want to get out from under the pressure. But you have to understand, the closer you are to your miracle, the more constant and the greater the pressure is going to be. So whenever you start recognizing the pressure on your life, when you're believing God for something that he has promised. See, a miracle is nothing more than a fulfilled promise. That's all it is. And so whenever the closer you get to that fulfilled promise, the stronger the pressure is going to be. So when you get to the point where you think, that's it, I'm done, can't take no more, rejoice. Why? Because you're right there at your miracle.